everyone, this is Fantasy-esque, and welcome back to the Werewolf Amazon Challenge in The Sims 4. In the last chapter, the pack held its fifth match. Lady Cassandra Goth and Lady Olivia Kim were chosen to fight for breeding rights with the Alpha. Cassandra won and conceived Elma's third child. Afterwards, Princess Marie and Miss May had their first public appearance at the Elderberry Inn. Marie was completely outcasted, while May was welcomed and doted on by all the werewolves. On Friday afternoon, Cassandra went into labor and gave birth to a healthy baby girl named Princess Nancy. Following the new arrival, Princess Rosa had her birthday and aged up into a teen with the slop trade. It has been a solid week since we last saw each other, but we are picking up with Edwin's matchmaking. So it took a little bit of time for Bob to get in a place where he had two females selected. Even then, I feel like one of the females for, most of the time I was playing off camera was kind of ahead of the others, and she is in the arena. And then there were four other females that he just kept equalizing with. And in the end, I got sick of it, so I just had to blow up the relationship panel and then actually get a ruler out and see who had the most relationship with him, because I couldn't tell with the green bars. And finally we had two females selected. We've also gone ahead and brought in a new female to join the pool from which we are picking, because we took out the last one who bred, Cassandra. Thank you so much for jumping in here and saying hello to us. So let's see what happens here on. And this is special because one of these females could end up being Edwin's fated mate. We don't know. That aside, Princess Marie, guys, has aged up into a child, and she is with us in the household, sitting next to her sister down here on the right, watching her first ever matchmaking, at least since, she's come of age. I don't think she would have known much about it when she was a toddler. So after we finish the matchmaking and breeding, I will jump into Cass and show you guys how she looks as well. So let me just really quickly pull up the relationship panel over here. So Lady Stella Landgrab is actually the new female that's been brought in. She has, if I'm not mistaken, green or maybe dark green eyes. I think she's got dark green eyes, and then she's got golden hair, which is different from the blacks and the browns we've been working with. Now, she is a rotten, evil person who is absolutely spoiled. I'm pretty sure she's she's a snob. She is also self-absorbed. So she is the only daughter of a very rich werewolf family, I feel, who has basically been given everything her whole life and made to believe that she is better than everyone who exists out there. So I don't know how she's going to be able to gel with everyone here, and if she's going to be able to build a good enough relationship with the matchmaker to be chosen in the future. But yeah, that is her. She in no way or form is, the most beautiful looking, I feel, out of the females that we have. But she's kind of spoiled. So that's going to be an interesting addition for us. But the two females that were selected in the end, we had the first she-wolf selected, which was Lady Nora Scott on the left. She has green eyes, I think, and brown hair, and then light warm skin. The second she-wolf selected was Lady Olivia Kim. She's got light blue eyes, black hair, and warm medium skin. So we've kind of had a look at these females beforehand, I think. But really quickly, this is how their faces look. So we have Nora over here. She is quite lovely. I feel like Nora Scott is quite a pretty sim. And then Olivia, who has been in the arena, I feel like a lot of times at this point. I don't know how many times, but definitely she's been in the arena quite a bit. And she hasn't won even once. So maybe this is gonna finally change things. Actually, I might be able to check. I think this is Nora's first time over here. And the way we check is literally to see if we have any red bars. We do not, which means she has not fought in the arena before. Olivia, she has fought twice. Okay, only twice, because she has red bar with Cassandra and red bar with Vivian. Interesting. Okay. Well, guys, we're gonna get them to transform. I should probably check to see, does she have transformation mastery? Does she have... She does. Does Nora? Nora does not. Okay. So we're gonna get these guys to change. So let's transform, and then Nora, we're gonna trigger the transition. Okay, here they go. I feel like Nora's werewolf form is actually really cool, so that's kind of exciting. Look at the way she looks. She might have an advantage, actually, because I'm pretty sure we've had two matches at this point with a calm werewolf and a raging werewolf, and both times the raging werewolf has won. So Nora might actually win this, guys. Let me get the werewolf set up and then we'll be right back. Okay, before I get them to start fighting with each other, I really quickly want to go back to the relationship panel here, or the gathering with the matchmaker, and I wanted to talk about the ladies really quickly. So Olivia was the female who just started off with a really good relationship with Bob. So she didn't have to speak to him much or at all. It was the other females that kind of had to, catch up or give me some indication that they had more of a green bar with Bob. But between Bella, Josephine, Summer, and Nora, he just kept equally improving his relationships with everyone, or at all times there were two females who were always on par. So I got sick of it, and then I thought, let me just go ahead and blow up the image, grab a ruler, and see what's happening here. Basically, Olivia and Nora ended up having the most with him, most relationship in the green bar equally, and then I think it was Bella and Josephine were equal, and then it was Summer. So I know this looks very similar, but guys, I have blown up the image and I have ruled it out. These are the two females who came out on top pretty much. Okay guys, let's see who's gonna win. Olivia does have more experience though, but we have seen the raging werewolves kind of win both times that they have been in the arena. So let's take a look. I'm excited. And also, I should probably really quickly check to see if these guys have fated mates. Okay, Olivia definitely doesn't. Neither does Nora. Edwin has only ever had, apparently, a bit of romance with Elma, but obviously Elma isn't going to be his fated mate because he has already, Elma has already, found out his destined one in Ben. So... he's forgotten birthday. Did he age up recently? How old is he? Oh, he's an adult. Guys, I think he... Hold on a second. Elma's an adult. Who else has aged up? Ed's immortal, so he's never gonna age. Oh, the others have died. Right, the others have died. Ed is forever going to be a young adult now because he is eternal. So... Ed is the next oldest. He's an adult, which means he needs a makeover as well. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yep, there we go, guys. So the victor, after a great fight, is Lady Nora Scott. Oh, okay. Diabolical rascals. Looks like Lady Nora has not been getting along with a certain rascal. Rascals are sims that embrace being a nuisance. They excel in either being incredibly funny or incredibly annoying, or both. Whether they opt for mischief, theft, or being downright mean, every sim will know when a rascal is around. In terms of preferences, would you like to say that Lady Nora dislikes rascals? Yes, why not? I always say yes to these. Let them do whatever the heck they want. Okay, I'm gonna get the werewolves calmed down, or I should say Nora. We're gonna get Nora calmed down, and we are going to move out all the excess Sims so that we have room for these guys to procreate, and then Edwin is going to have some alone time with Nora. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and do that. I'm thinking after they breed, I will then give Edwin a makeover, and then I can show him off in Cass, and then I can also show off Princess Marie in Cass as well after the breeding. So give me a second to set up here, and then I'll be back. You know, I was gonna do the makeover after the breeding, but then I realized I had to fix up some of Edwin's genetics because I am trying to move back into the Maxis hairs, and they have obviously different colors naturally available throughout all the ages to the CC ones I was using. So in his CC hair, he had dark gray hair genetics, but obviously we don't have a dark gray for the Sims, you know, with the clay hairs. I'm not using every single hair color available with the clay hairs. I'm just using the 15 shades that all ages can use naturally, which means I changed Edwin's hair color to whatever I thought was the closest to his dark gray, which is black. So now he is genetically correct, and he has black hair. Oh geez, black hair and pink eyes. I mean, his eyes were always the same, but yeah, this is him, guys. He's grown out his hair quite a bit. Him in his adult form. This is what Edwin looks like in his adult form. I like him. I think he looks quite nice. He looks a little bit more similar in terms of his, I don't know, face. He looks a bit more similar to what he did as a teenager, I think. He looked quite different as a young adult. Maybe because of his facial hair. I'm not entirely sure, but I really like the way he has turned out. He looks quite charming. So both these two have light skin, but Nora has warm skin and Edwin has cool skin, so you'll have to see where their child goes. And then, like I said, the green eyes and brown hair with Nora. Also, they have discovered that they are actually fated mates. Can we line up a first kiss? There we go. But they have realized that they are fated mates, which is exciting for Edwin because he has never been involved really with anyone at all. He had that flirtationship with Elma for a little bit. Oh, look at them, they're sweet. I hope he at least has a happy ending. Obviously the she-wolf isn't part of the immediate castle household, you know, the court. She's not part of the werewolf court, but they live on the royal grounds, so they'll have access to each other all the time, and definitely this is going to be a lot better for them than Elma and Ben, because Ben, you know, he lives at the royal graveyard. That is a mile away. Okay, Ed, let's go ahead and see if maybe we can run away together. Yes. And have this child. So we're gonna get the breeding going. Come on, you two. So then we will have that all sorted. I'm excited. Obviously, some of the Sims that we have now, as they, you know, get older or have their genes passed on to the kids, I'm gonna have to maybe slightly adjust certain hair genetics to match with the clay hairs, like I said. So some things might shift. And like if I can't find a color, I'll try and do whatever is closest to, you know, the CC hair they had color-wise, but it's fine if we have a slight alteration. I mean, remember in Generation 1, we had that whole period where we had to, you know, completely change everyone's eye colors and everything. So nothing too upsetting. We've been through it before. I'm excited though. I'm excited for Edwin. The Empire line shall live on. For a little bit longer. We don't know how much longer. until, the girls are born. How many lines do we have right now? We literally have no line except the curses among the females, right? Because we've got 3 princesses, and then we've got May, who is a noble, but she's also a curse. And look who's here. Lady Stella Landgrab. Wait, where did... Yeah, Stella, gotta move on. Thank you. Give us some privacy. Oh, okay, where did Nora go? She's coming up the stairs. Nora? Nora? Come on, Nora. Okay, she kind of stopped in her tracks. I don't know why, but that's fine. Just a little bit of routing problems. Come on, Nora. This is gonna be great. I mean, they're on... The other thing with them, they're actually on they're on good terms with each other, and Nora has been... I'm gonna have to get rid of the flippin' career that she has. I'm gonna have to get rid of it. But yes, they were, I think, already friends before they even started the matchmaking, which is really good. So this experience, I feel like, is probably the best experience that anyone has had with the breeding, because, for everyone else, it's just being matched with females they don't know, or people they don't have any romantic or strong feelings for. But with Edwin, this is his fated mate, and so I think the whole process is so much sweeter for him, because they're not just breeding, they're actually just, going ahead and spending time and enjoying each other's presence, which is very sweet. So I'm happy for Edwin. I'm happy. Obviously, he's not going to stay in the household with us. He's going to go back to the den. So he obviously is going to be focusing on the kids. But it's nice to know that we had a cute pairing between these two. It's nice to know that. We can imagine in the background they're probably going to be interacting with each other. We may even see it. And they'll probably, because both of them eventually are going to end up out of the household. Obviously, Nora's staying with us in the court until she has the baby. But this is nice. We have a couple in the background. Okay, well, I am going to get Edwin moved out. Look, she's already going to puke. She's already going to puke. I need to wait until she gets her first bump so I can set the due date. And then I need to move... Look, Princess Marie! I need to move the kids back in because I want to see the kitties. I want to see what the kids are up to. We finally have our first baby bump. Nora is in her first trimester, so I have put down the due date in the calendar, and she is going to be having her baby at 4 p.m. on Thursday. So, not too long before we are ending this particular generation. It definitely was very, very short compared to, the first one. But I think I've been enjoying it a lot more than the first generation. So I'm really excited to see what we're going to have with her. Now, that aside, we do have Princess Marie, who has joined us. We haven't had a lot of time to get to know her just yet, but she looks so sweet, guys. I think we should probably jump into Cass and take a good look at Marie, but also Edwin after his makeover, and then maybe talk a little bit about her traits so that we can start figuring out a bit more regarding her personality and, the social dynamics that are going to develop going forward. So let me get that worked out, and then we can jump back in. But it's nice to know these guys are talking. Oh, before I head to the cast, just in terms of this land grab over here, I don't know why, but I imagine that Lady Stella's family, they probably bribed, I just feel like they paid a whole lot of money to bribe like werewolf officials into having their daughter Stella enter into the she-wolf pool, because they probably feel being connected to a royal down the line is going to be very beneficial for their family. So even though Stella is, not the most beautiful looking she-wolf, and she has a rotten personality on top of that, I feel like her parents paid a heck load of money to get her into the castle grounds, the royal grounds. But also, just quickly, I feel like I should mention a little bit of this. Oh wait, hold on. So Edwin, guys, I don't know if you remember, but Edwin's father, his last name was Land, so Lord Ralph Land. And I don't know why, but I have this in my mind that maybe Edwin's father is actually the Land family. I feel like they would be rivals to the Land Grabs. Maybe Edwin's father stems from a clan of people who had ownership over a certain area, and then the Land Grabs came later on and they kind of stole a piece of their territory from them, and now maybe their estates or whatever it is kind of split in half, each family occupying one part, and they're kind of like deadly rivals with each other. But this is kind of just background story that we probably won't even, know or see or have access to, but it's kind of fun to see the characters in the royal grounds and then know in the background this might be some of the history that they actually have. So, thank goodness, I suppose, Stella and Edwin didn't end up being fated mates, because I don't know why. I just feel like their families are rivals of some sort. And I think that is just so cool. We actually have 3 werewolves to go through in cast today. We have Lord Edwin Empire, then Princess Marie, and then Princess Nancy, who has aged up into a toddler. So we'll do a close-up of Edwin's face and then go through his color swatches. We don't have to go and chat about his personality because he aged up into an adult. But this is Lord Edwin Empire close-up. Obviously, he's had a slight gene update with his hair color, which has changed from dark gray to black so that we can coordinate our, Maxis clay colors. But this is how he looks. I'm seeing a lot more of his teenage self now that he is an adult because of the change in his style. I feel like in the previous generation, his mother was very beautiful and still is, Lady Helen Empire. She's still alive to this day. His father, Lord Ralph, in my opinion, was the most attractive male in Generation 1. I don't quite think Edwin has lived up to that, but he's still a very good-looking werewolf. So this is his everyday wear. He's got a green and yellow sort of color swatch. We have his formal outfit, athletic, sleepwear, party wear, swimwear, hot weather, which is the same as every day, and his cold weather outfit. And that is pretty much it for Lord Edwin Empire. Now we are going to take a look at Princess Marie Curse. We're going to do a close-up of her face. We're going to go through her outfit swatches, which we're already familiar with because it's the exact same as what she had when she was a toddler, but it'll still be nice to see how she looks in them as a child. And then we'll have a brief talk about the trait that she randomized, which is glutton. So this is Princess Marie Curse, guys. She is actually a very sweet looking princess. I feel like very kind and sweet looking. I am quite excited to see how she's gonna look when she is 18. I feel like she's gonna look prettier than Rosa. That's my bet. We'll have to see, but that's my bet. She is quite lovely though. Is she the one with pink eyes? I think so. She's got pink eyes. She has lovely brown hair and then, the lighter skin. So definitely genetically different from Rosa as well. And in terms of her outfits, I remember gushing over this color scheme when she was a toddler, but I love the lilac and gold that she has going on. So her everyday outfit, her formal wear, her athletic outfit. So she finally got given her black armor for the Daughters of Loon. We have her sleepwear, party wear, swimwear, hot weather, which is the same as every day, and then her cold weather outfit. So let's have a really quick chat about her trait. So with Marie, was she conceived or born with, I think she was the one who was conceived under a cursed period. So Luther, I think, was born under a cursed period, and Marie was conceived under a cursed period. And her mother was the one who had, from what I remember, a really tough pregnancy. So I think with Marie, we've seen how as a toddler she was kind of outcasted by the others and not given, nearly as much attention as even May was. So her being isolated and such makes me feel as though she has become a little bit greedy for comfort and greedy for attention and affection. That's what I imagine her glutton trait to be. Less to do with food, more to do with this greed that she feels because of the loneliness that she has faced. She sees things that she cannot have, and so maybe eating is a way for her to fill some of that emptiness inside herself. But also, I imagine that she would be quite starved for love and affection from the people around her, which is very sad, and I hope she can build some wholesome relationships as she gets older to overcome that. But at present, that is what I'm thinking in regards to Princess Marie's trait. But that is it for Princess Marie Curse, guys. And finally, we have Princess Nancy Curse, who I feel looks very, very pretty and lovely. So we'll do a close-up of her face. We are going to go through her color swatches for outfits as well, and that should be it for us. Oh, look at her. How sweet is she? So she is, I think she's got a darker skin than Rosa. I might be wrong, but I feel like she's got a darker skin than Rosa. And this was Cassandra's daughter, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure she's got the dark green eyes, which look so pretty on her. And then obviously black hair and this dusky skin. It's such a pretty combo in my opinion. But just look at her. Isn't she the cutest thing ever? Now, for her outfits, she has a green and gold scheme. And I feel like it complements her eyes so well. So this is her everyday wear. We have her formal outfit, her sleepwear, her party wear, swimwear, hot weather, which is the same as every day, and then her cold weather outfit. But that is pretty much it for Nancy. Now she was born just like May, like under healthy circumstances, no curse, no nothing. So unlike Marie and Luther, Nancy and May are gonna have very different upbringing in the pack. Like people's attitudes towards them are going to be drastically different. So I'm curious to see what sort of child she is going to grow up into, and even whether or not, she and Rosa, they're gonna abide by this distance that people are keeping from Marie. They might choose not to pay attention to it whatsoever. So I am excited to see that. But that is it for Princess Nancy Curse. Now that we have Marie with us in the royal grounds, hold on a second. Okay, now that we have her with us, oh my goodness, in the royal grounds, we can finally do one of the most important things that our werewolves participate in to establish status within the youngsters. So Marie is going to challenge her older sister Rosa to an archery contest, and this is going to determine the rankings that the young females have within the pack. And by the looks of things, in the end, the final contest that we are going to be having, the final competitions challenging the succession. So the succession is going to be determined by archery, not sword fighting, just because I think we're going to be having children participating in the succession. So we'll have to see how things happen. Now, if we look at the calendar, Marie is going to be a teenager just before the succession. So we are going to have 2 teens. Is Rosa? Okay, Rosa isn't having her birthday anytime soon. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna have 2 teens during the succession, and we might have 2 children, because I don't know, we'll have to see. We may not, but we'll definitely have 2 teenagers and 1 child during the succession. So the succession might just be between 3 females, guys, because I don't know if Nancy is going to age up into a child in time to participate, but we'll definitely have Rosa, Marie, and May. So I'm excited. Let's see what happens here. There's no telling, I feel. We have gotten no indication from any of these Sims just yet, so I really don't know how they're going to rank, but this is very important. In the previous generation, our current alpha, Elma, I'm pretty sure, beat his older brother Alfred when he was young, and he had the first, he was known as the first prince. So even though we know in regards to age, Rosa is the eldest, if Marie wins this archery contest, she will actually have the title of First Princess Marie, and then Rosa will be Second Princess Rosa. So this is going to determine their titles within the pack as well. So let's see. Meanwhile, Bob is daydreaming about Vivian. Of course he is. I feel like a lot of our male werewolves, they just like everyone. They like all the ladies. From, what I can see. They just like all the ladies. Okay. I don't know how these 2 are doing exactly. I thought they were doing fine. Rosa doesn't look too happy right now. Marie kind of looks happy about this. Now Rosa, she's got what traits? What is she working with? She's active. Okay. And the slob I imagine is being feral. Oh, did she? Oh, guys! Princess Marie ended up beating Princess Rosa. Okay, that means our first rankings have been set in the pack. So we have First Princess Marie, who is the most important member in her generation, and her status right now is above that of her older sister, Second Princess Rosa. Curse. So this is kind of the same situation we had with Alfred. And then of course, when May ages up into a child, then she's gonna have to compete with Rosa to see what her ranking is. If she defeats Rosa, then she will also challenge Marie to a contest, and we'll just update the rankings for that. But that is so cool. I have a soft spot for Marie, I think, because of the way that she is being treated in the pack. Makes me very sad. It would be nice if Charlie had a daughter. I don't know if we're going to be able to get him one in this generation, but it would have been nice if he could, because I feel like he's the most attractive male that we have in Generation 2, among the Generation 2 males, the most attractive one. But we have others. We have others breeding. But that's okay. Not all the beautiful genes get passed on. Not all of them do. Well, congratulations, Marie. This also makes me curious in terms of how Elmer feels about his children. You know what? When they were younger, Elmer actually liked Marie the most. Like, Marie was his favorite child, I think, because he felt a little bit sorry for her and, protective of her. But since then, Rosa has become his favorite, so he actually likes Rosa the most right now. And around the succession, I suppose, I started interpreting these green bars as which child the alpha thinks is best suited to becoming the next alpha. I may end up going through the household and just seeing how everyone feels about the heirs and which child they think should be the next alpha. I think it'd be interesting to know public sentiment, just so going forward we know what kind of resistance our alpha is going to be facing from the pack members. I think that'd be really cool. Okay, Marie, do you have homework, child? I don't know if you have homework. Where did she get oh, that's not you. Okay, you don't have a sword, which is fine. But you know what? I didn't even, I haven't even done any training with Marie, but I feel like she should do some training. So where do we have, I think this is where we had the swords. Can she not purchase? Can you guys not? Who can purchase? Is this the wrong one? Ah, okay. I think I know the problem. So because this is like a rental kind of place, there's certain things we can't use if it's not, or like the purchasing thing, if it's not in our specific room or apartment. Like, for example, with the bookshelves, I can't purchase books from a bookshelf or a computer in any other location of the house or like a shared space. I had to put a bookshelf in this bedroom here to be able to purchase books. So I think it's the same deal with this. So let me just pop this here, and then I should be able to purchase. There we go. See, you can purchase a sword now. That's fine. I'll give you one, I'll give Marie one, and we should be able to start training, actually. So our kennel master is what? Prince Ed? Okay, so he should start training our princess now. Okay, he's over here with Elma, which is fine, but I'm gonna get them to stop because I want him to start training up Rosa. So let's see. Let's come down here, Rosa. And is this under friendly or is it under actions? I think this one. Is it challenge with sword? I think it's challenge with sword. Because the sparring doesn't give us an outcome, and the training is complete when the younger wolf manages to defeat the kennel master. Okay, so Rosa, she's gonna rush on down and she's gonna get her training started. This is a process that we go through, even if, we are gonna be using archery. I think it's good for us to have this process. Okay, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where is, Ed? Where's Ed? Where the heck did Ed go? Oh, he's going to her? Ed, my boy, are you being distracted by the horse? Okay, he's being solidly distracted by the horse. No worries. We'll just come and ask you again. Let's challenge with sword. Please, Rosa? Is it because he's very angry? It could be because he's about to transform, like he's on the brink of raging. I didn't think about this before, but maybe having a kennel master who cannot control his anger is, not the best combo, because when he's on the verge of transformation, he cannot think straight, so he can't even do anything. which means unfortunately Rosa's training is going to be, given a bit of a rain check. So we're gonna have to wait for him to not wanting to be, tear people's throats out. It is Tuesday afternoon. Rosa came back from academy and she is finally starting her training with the kennel master Ed Curse. Her sister Marie is doing her homework. Nora is in her second trimester. So things are moving along just a little bit. I never realized we had enough space out here to actually do sword fighting. And normally they do it outside the castle grounds. Like their favorite spot to sword fight is literally over here. I suppose because half the time they are in this particular building, and then when they feel like sword fighting, they just come out to the side and they sword fight out on the open field. But hey, up here is also quite nice. And we have Dora kind of just viewing the sights. Bob, he's just taking a bath. Okay. She's doing well. This kind of forms a bit of a informal ranking, I feel like. You know what, though? The sword fighting we're having now, who won? Okay, they haven't finished yet. They always take this break in between. The sword fighting that we have now for training gives us like an informal succession ranking, but then I'm thinking, she's very talented. This kind of shows us how talented they are. Now, unfortunately, we won't be able to use sword fighting to establish succession ranking. I think we'll still have to do the archery contest because the children won't be able to participate then. Otherwise, I would have used the sword and then used the bow and arrow from there on, but it's fine. It's fine. The werewolves can be flexible. But look at that. Look at that. Rosa, guys, is quite talented. But maybe Marie's more talented than her because Marie defeated her in the archery contest not too long ago. So that's something to keep an eye on for us. Rosa is athletic though, so I suppose it would be a little bit surprising if, she had too much trouble with it. But as I said, Nora is in her second trimester, and is she helping Marie with homework? That's so cute. That is actually really sweet. Rosa, you need to do your homework as well. Does Marie have any extra credit? No, she does not. Okay, let's pop this into inventory, lest she lose it. That would be very difficult to then find on this lot, especially because the item, if you leave it like on common ground, does not register as your Sims item, and then I just have to buy more homework books, which I really don't want to. Are you gonna do your homework up here? Okay. You know what I've realized, guys? I have realized that when we have these really large lots, so separated buildings, I need to put some sort of music in each of these areas so that our Sims can be drawn to those areas and use them. Before we only had the music up here and hold on, in this particular lot, but I've actually gone and placed little stereos or radios all over the place, like in the throne room, and this the archery or the armory, I suppose you could call it, over here. Even in the games hall, I've placed it everywhere so that our Sims can, use all of these locations. Otherwise, they kind of just stick to one spot. Look at Nora being really maternal. She's helping the youngsters with their homework. That is actually very sweet and impressive, Nora. I think you're going to be a fine mother, and things have been looking quite well for her so far. We've had no cursed period, so maybe that just started and ended with Luther and Marie. It's nice to see Nora's not avoiding Marie though, which is what everyone did when Marie was a toddler. I feel like I haven't had the chance to do very much horse riding, so I definitely want to get that going. And did you guys see that with Marie? She has 0 riding skill and she managed not to get bucked off star. Very impressed, my child. Very impressed. But let me see. I probably can't get it to do any of those things, so we'll just go for a nice relaxed ride. She doesn't have enough skill just yet. I think you have to have skill 3 maybe to start like training with those things, or maybe 2. Not entirely sure. Rosa. Oh no, Rosa. Let's mount. Let's mount. I think old man Stone over here decided that he didn't want to go on a ride. Come on, Stone. This should be Rose's first ride as a teen, I think. She has level 2. Okay, so she can practice these basic jumps. So you have to be level 2 at least, I think, to be able to start training, which, you know, makes total sense. So, okay, let's navigate our way out of here. Oh my goodness, Stone's being a little bit wild. Stone is definitely being a little bit wild. You know, guys, looking at the timeline, I don't know if we're even going to be able to breed the horses in this gen at all. We might just skip breeding the horses this gen and breed them next gen? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know, guys. We'll have to see. I definitely want to make sure that, you know, Wizard and Twilight's bloodline live on in some way. But I'm not sure if we'll be able to because of how brief Generation 2 is. But look at Stone. He was a baby once. He was just a little colt, a foal, and now he's an old stallion. Marie, how you going? Okay. You're riding nicely, you're riding slowly. It's okay, Star will take care of you. I think we might jump back in though when Nora is in her 2nd trimester. And we have something more interesting going on. Who knows, maybe our Sims will develop some more dynamics between them. Or we'll see some more interactions happening between them. Or, you know, wishes, whims. Who do we have here? We have Olivia. Olivia and Josephine? Has Olivia hasn't bred yet, has she? Vivian has. Or has Olivia? I don't actually know. Well, that is a good question. I don't think she has. Because we have... Oh my goodness. This is Daisy's daughter. This is Eliza's daughter. Cassandra's daughter. And then we have... Yeah, Vivian's daughter here. So yeah, Olivia has not bred, neither has Josephine. Huh. Interesting. Makes me sad when I see the females that might miss out on breeding, because, you know, we don't have, like, we still have all these cool characters left, but we don't have enough time to be able to breed them all. So some of these females, even though they're participating in the pool, they're gonna grow old and they're probably not gonna have any kids, which is so sad. Like Bella and stuff, because, you know, obviously in the next generation, like, if we had male successes from this generation, if we had male successes for the following season, then, you know, they could have been paired up with the same females from this breeding pool. But because we have female successes, we're gonna have to create a whole new pool of wolves for the male suitors, which are gonna be competing to breed with our females. So everyone who gets left behind over here, they're gonna get left behind. Oh, which is unfortunate, It's kind of crazy how Bella she started off strong, but then she never got to actually breed and win. Bella. And she was quite beautiful. But hey, we have some fun genes. This is the fun of our Sims and random relationships. This is the excitement of it all. It is Thursday afternoon and Nora is in labor. She is ready to have the first child between her and Edwin. So I am excited to see how this werewolf pup is going to be. Obviously, the only thing we'll know is the gender and the skin tone. And then we'll have to wait for the baby to age up into a toddler before we learn anything else. But we'll get an indicator of the genetics based on gender as well. In the background, we have had 2 age ups, which we need to take a look at after this in CAS. So May has aged up into a child, and Luther has aged up into a teenager. So yeah, some exciting things happening. But okay, Nora, let us go ahead and see what it's going to be. It would be amazing if we had multiples at this point. Like, I actually would be welcoming multiples because we don't have much time left before the generation ends, and just we need, because right now I think we need 2 more girls. We need 2 more baby girls. So if she had twins, that would be amazing. That really would be. I highly doubt it because we have only had single pups, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's not waste any more time though and get Nora to have this baby. So in terms of her genetics, I should have updated myself. I did not. But if it's a girl, I think we'll be having the brown hair and green eyes. I think she either has green or light green eyes. One of those. And if it's a boy, we'll be having pink eyes and black hair. Yes. And it is a boy. I'm sad. I'm sad because it's not the girl we were looking for. But it is the second boy, so this is going to be an Empire because he is the son of Edwin Empire. And he is going to be called Master Patrick. Master Patrick Empire. The good thing is that these boys that we are having, they're going to be used in the breeding pools for the next generation. So Luther and Patrick, they're going to be like match suitors for our females in the next generation. Good thing also is that both Luther and Patrick are not related by blood to any of our royals, like any of our females right now. So that's good for us, I suppose. Darn it. Okay. We were on a good streak with the girls, but this boy as well is going to have a much better life in the royal guard than Luther because he did not have any sort of cursed period in his life. He was not conceived during a cursed period. He was not born during a cursed period. So, I think Charlie is going to treat Patrick much better. Much, much better. So, okay, we managed to get that done. Excellent. I even made room in the households in case we got triplets, but no, we unfortunately did not luck out on that. Okay, just quickly, you can kind of see over here our Sims. So Luther, we might have some romance between Rosa and Luther as well. I know a bunch of us actually ship May and Luther because Luther is the son of Eugene and May is the daughter of Ed. Eugene and Ed were fated mates. They didn't end up together though, they broke up. And a lot of us kind of want to see this realized with their children. So this is Luther. Guys, he actually got very, very good genes. Like, I'm not lying. He got the best from both parents. Remember how Eugene, he had a kind of questionable, like, jaw and chin that didn't work well with his face, even with his mouth. It just didn't suit. Well, Luther got none of that. I think he got everything from his mother's side, Lady Alice Penn. So he is actually a very, very beautiful looking male, and I'm really excited to see the offspring he's going to give us in the next gen. And then we have May, who has aged up into a child, and she looks so much like Ed. Like, I can already see it in her face as a child, so that's pretty fun. But I am going to now jump into CAS. I'll get the baby moved out. Actually, we should have... Okay, Nora, can you back up? The alpha has to come, and the alpha has to cuddle the baby. Yeah, because the alpha greets every baby that is born into the pack, whether it's a boy or a girl. So there we go. He's gonna greet the baby. And seriously, Edwin wasn't even present in the birth chamber for the birth, and he was invited. Where the heck did he even go? I need to check, like, what is Edwin doing? He's somewhere on the property. I don't entirely know where. This is so sweet. I think Edwin has cool skin, if I'm not mistaken. But the baby seems to have taken on... Yeah, the baby has taken on Nora's warm skin tone. But since he's a boy, he is going to have pink eyes and black hair. Okay, nice. But where is Edwin? Just out of curiosity. You're kidding me. He was all the way down here. Edwin, your son was born and you're all the way down here. You are ridiculous. And it was your child with your fated mate. Like, you didn't even... I don't even know what to say. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get the baby moved out to the Royal Guard under the care of Prince Charlie and Lord Ira. And then I am going to jump into cast so that we can take a look at our age ups before we return and do the archery contest between May and the other girls, because we need to work out May's status before we leave. We need to take a look at our first male teen in this generation because he is really unexpectedly gorgeous. His father was the least good-looking male that we had in Generation 1, or I should say Generation 2, technically, because Luther is part of Generation 3. So his father was the least good-looking male in Generation 2, you know, both alive and dead, and right now he's dead. But I was really counting on Luther's mother passing through some very nice genes, and guys, she delivered. So we're going to take a close-up of Luther. We're going to go through his outfit swatches. We're not really going to talk about his traits because he is not one of the female children, so I don't feel the need to go into too much detail, but he does have the loner and the neat trait. So I think neat is the one that he developed as a teen. But this is Luther, guys. He's got really pretty color genetics. Again, because it's different from Rosa, which is, you know, the only other teen we have. He has lighter skin. He's got cool tone. I think we have a good distribution of cool-toned and warm-toned kids. So there is, you know, a nice variety. He's got blue eyes, blonde hair, and just look at his face. He has a really, like, pretty face. He's got the gorgeous jawline and chin from his mother, and I am so flippin' thankful for that because it works so well. But there we go. This is him. He's got such a pretty side profile too. And I love the long hair on him. I am really digging the clay hairs now that I've gone back to them. And he's got this Legolas thing going on. And I just love it. It looks so good. But we are already familiar with the color swatches for his outfits because he had them when he was younger and is going to have them throughout his teens. So this is his everyday outfit, his formal wear, his athletic wear, sleepwear, party wear, swimwear, hot weather, which is the same as every day, and then his cold weather outfit. I also want to take a look at him in his werewolf form. So this is what he looks like in his werewolf form. He has the orange eyes, which is the bloodline eyes for the Blades family. So there we go. This is how he looks all around. A really nice brown wolf, like a dirty brown sort of wolf. And that is it for Master Luther Blades. Now we are going to take a look at Miss May Curse. And, you know, I am actually really happy that I ended up, well, the ages ended up coinciding so that I took both of these guys into cast at the same time, because we already established the fact that, you know, people do ship Luther and May together. I also coincidentally ended up giving them the exact same color scheme with most of their outfits without intending to. So I don't know, it's just this thing that's telling me they're fated, you know? Hopefully, I don't know, but that would be amazing if they ended up together. So we're going to take a close-up of her face, go through her outfit swatches, and then we're going to talk really quickly about her trait, which is Child of the Village. So this is May Curse, guys. So cute. She, to me, I don't know if you guys can see it, looks very much like her father, Ed Curse. Like, I can see her, I don't know what it is, but I can see her father in her face. But she's very, very sweet looking. And I remember when Ed was younger, I didn't think he was the cutest kid, but then when he aged up into a teen, I remember thinking that he was just so gorgeous. So maybe May is going to go through the same thing. Like someone who's not that cute as a kid, but they end up becoming really attractive as a teen. So here we go. This is her. Isn't she just adorable? And then we have her everyday wear. We have her formal outfit, her athletic wear. She finally got the black armor that our females have for the Daughters of Lune. Sleepwear, party wear, swimwear, hot weather, which is the same as every day, and her cold weather outfit. So there we go. And as for her trait, guys, I'm not associating this trait specifically with Tomarani, is it? Instead, I feel like this trait that she randomized really does fit this idea of May being really doted on and loved by all the werewolves. She was the first child born after a string of cursed births. I think she was the fourth child born. Yeah, because the first child was Rosa, who was a healthy werewolf pup. And then we had two cursed babies. We had Luther, and then we had Princess Marie. And then May was born next, and she did not have any sort of, you know, curse activated on the lot during, you know, her conception and her birth. So all the werewolves treated her vastly different to the previous two babies born. And so she, I feel like, was well looked after by everyone around her, and she always felt like she grew up feeling this closeness with all the werewolves and, you know, this sense of contentness. So I really want to see, or I definitely think, like, going forward from here, she is going to be a child that is quite fulfilled because she feels connected to everyone around her in the pack. Like, she's probably going to be the one kid. And it's kind of suiting the fact that she is Ed's child, because I remember Ed, when he was young, being friends with everyone, and he didn't feel any sense of competition for the title of alpha, and he didn't feel any competition with his brothers. So he was like the party prince. He was hands off, not getting involved in any of the drama, and not feeling insecure about anything because he was never wanting for anything. And so I find it interesting that his daughter, May, she also is probably not going to be too worried about, you know, becoming the next alpha, about competing with her cousins, about trying to carve a place for herself in the pack, because she's always been made to feel as though she belongs. So there we go, guys. That is what we have for Miss May Curse. I think I have managed to get an archery contest that is not going to cancel itself out, going with May and Rosa. Hopefully we get to the end of this. I tried doing this just a little bit before, but the interaction reset, or they reset, so the interaction got cancelled out. And I tried doing it a time before that, like before Nora went into labor and had her baby. I tried doing it on a separate lot. See, look at this. The interaction just canceled out. Like, what's going on? I don't know what's happening. Oh, this is frustrating. This is frustrating. I tried, but everyone was distracting them so they couldn't actually finish. If we play when someone's already playing, does that create a contest between the two? I am unsure about this. They are taking turns. Let's just try this and see. I basically just want a notification. Like, just give me a notification that tells me someone's won. I haven't managed to get one. But yeah, I was trying on a different lot and everyone kept talking, so they didn't finish the interaction, and then they had to go to school, so I had to cancel it anyways. And then they've been trying here after the birth, but they're kind of getting reset. So I am unsure about the situation, but this is essential because it affects the status in the pack. However, since May is a noble, and right now she's the only noble, her title is not going to be affected by any of the contests that she does right now, but it is going to set her status in the pack. So she is always going to be the first Miss May, because we don't have any other noble female. But this could determine her authority or the influence that she has in the pack amongst like the youngsters and pretty much everyone. So right now, all the princesses, they have more influence than the she-wolves, like the adult she-wolves, and they have more influence than the adult nobles, right? Oh, oh, okay. So finally, we got a result. Princess Rosa ended up beating Miss May 8-1. Wow. So that means that May is the third ranking, currently the lowest ranking female. So if she had won, because May is a noble, if she had won over a princess and she ranked above a princess, then she would have also technically ranked above all the she-wolves and all of the male nobles. So she would have ranked above Lord Bob, and she would have ranked above Lord Edwin. But since she did not manage to defeat, a princess, and she ranks the lowest as a noble child, she currently ranks below all of the male lords, and she ranks below the female she-wolves who are adults. It's slightly confusing, perhaps very confusing. We don't have to worry too much about it. It's just like social dynamics. But yeah, there we go. I'm proud of you, Rosa. You managed to defend your position. May, it's okay. Maybe you can work towards eternity like your father did, and you'll have like a whole different legacy going for you. But I need to update my rankings, and I think that was pretty much all I had planned for this particular chapter. We kind of reached all of our goals and milestones. And the next thing that we're going to work on when we come back, we had a ton of age ups in this particular chapter, I feel. Ton of age ups. We are going to be having a breeding, and I don't know guys, but it might be our last breeding. So the next chapter, I will line up a final breeding, and that breeding is going to be for the alpha again. So the alpha is going to have his fourth child at this point. How many children does he have? He has 3. Okay, so he is going to have his 4th werewolf pup. But looking at the timeline and how many days it's been taking us to get these done, I don't think we'll be able to get in another breeding before the succession. And I don't want to be in the middle of one when the succession comes around. So we're probably going to have our last breeding, and then we're just going to focus on like training and story and age ups until we get to the succession. So the succession may very well be in 2 chapters, guys. So okay, I am going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.